Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
You can't win, you can't break even, and you can't get out of the game. People keep saying things are gonna change, but they look just like you stay the same. You're getting way over your head, and you only got yourself to blame. You can't win, child, can't break even, can't get out of the game. Yeah.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
All right. All right. This is my disagreement channel. Okay, this is my response channel. And so I'm looking for people that disagree. If there's no disagreements, then I will, take a few questions and I'll bow out and I will go do something else. So if you have a disagreement, go ahead and make yourself known, let yourself be known in the chat. And the only thing I'm saying is that we're gonna do this today. Okay, now, if you come up and you're respectful, what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the clock. Okay, we're gonna give you 2 minutes. I'm gonna mute myself for 2 minutes, uninterrupted. You can say whatever you need to say. Okay, make your case. I've got my I got my clipboard and my pencil. So if you, I will try to take down notes. So all I ask is, if you do have a disagreement, make it concise and clear. Okay, I'm not up here to throw chairs. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care that you want to get up there and I don't care that you want attention. I don't care about none of that kind of stuff. Concise and clear. Okay. And what normally I would do is, if I don't understand something, I will ask a clarifying question. But y'all seem to have this millennial Tourette's, where if any kind of interruption, you kind of lose your focus. So that's what the 2 minutes are for. So I will, if you come up, you want to have a disagreement, I'm gonna start the clock. You got 2 minutes to make your case and get your disagreement out. Okay. And then we'll continue from there. Either I will respond or I'll ask you further questions. This is about me understanding what your disagreement is. It's not about a debate. Because trust and believe, 99.9% of you guys are not going to win a debate. Not with me. Okay? I've been here 10 years, and 99.99% of you people have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I already know that. But the thing is, that's not what this is for. So, I would love to have respectful dialogue. If you're going to get up here and you want to talk about and trash me for 2 minutes, it's not going to happen. I'm just going to get rid of you. It's about disagreements. If you disagree with something that I do or something that I say or a point that I have, blah, 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 blah. Even if I think it's silly, I'll give you 2 minutes to get it across. Okay? If you're here for to throw chairs and for that kind of entertainment, because I know this lowbrow entertainment for certain black people, they like to see train wrecks. Okay, that's not what this is. So if you're out there and you got a disagreement, go ahead and type it in the chat, and I will drop the link, and you can come on up. Other than that, I'll start taking questions, and we can go from there. And then, as a time filler. So I've had this thing up for an hour. I put it on my main channel, and I know that all the little underworld critters always monitor my channel, so I know you're out there because I got 48 people watching. I know you're there. So this is your opportunity to actually come up and disagree. No, nobody started anything. I was thinking today, and what people have always there's always something swirling. Okay, there's always something swirling when people have their opinions and people throw your name in it and throw your name and stuff and project to you, and but they never come on, and they want to follow me to somebody else's channel and start shit. So instead of having a discussion with me, they want to, you know, they want to they want to do the feminine thing, and I just want to tell you, man. At least with crazy chicks that I fight with, I at least get pussy out of it. Okay, I'm not fucking you, so I have nothing. I have no investment in going back and forth in an argument with you. I don't feel like doing that kind of emotional labor because you're frustrated. That ain't my problem. So, so if you oh, young Maple Leaf, yeah, fucking with the Maple Leaf. So, if you're there, go ahead and type it in the chat. So I'll drop the link. Because I don't want, because I don't want the regular folks to come up and then we get a whole panel, and then you decide to drop into a whole panel, and then it gets all um, confused. Okay, and then you say, "Whoa, BGS, you're picking on me." You drop into a whole live panel, and you want to throw chairs, and there's 6 people that throwing chairs back at you. It's not a fair fight, but that's the fight that you wanted, and you know you're not going to win it. Well, they might be in the background. They don't want to type. So, but anyway, you guys go ahead and shoot some questions for about 5 minutes, and then I'll drop the links if anybody comes up. Nobody comes up with any kind of disagreement, then we will, we'll call it a day. So, we're 7 minutes in. So, you guys, if you guys got questions, because I'm gonna do an AMA at 2 before Doc comes on. So that's for the regular folks. But since we're here and we got a few minutes, you guys got something that you guys want to ask me about or get off your chest, go ahead and type it in. Oh, well, yeah, it's getting old, and I had an epiphany that most cats just want attention, and they want the emotional labor of actually getting attention from you, and that's fine. But the thing is, what do I get out of it? And I'm tired of not getting anything out of giving you attention. So, um, at least with women, because most of these are actually feminine fights with feelings and shit like that. And I don't get nothing out of it. Okay. At least with the crazy girlfriends that I've had, I got something. At least I got something out of it. It might not have been enough, but I got something out of it. I have no reason, I guess, to go back and forth over silly shit with guys on the internet and get nothing out of it. So you can snippet something. Oh, BGS, I caught you in this, blah blah blah. And I got recordings of you 5 years ago, but you said this little snippet or something. Man, I don't give a fuck. I said my girlfriends don't even do that shit. That's women. That's female shit. That you use old shit, drag back old shit up into an argument in present day because I said, well, like 10 seconds or something that hurt your feelings. I said that's female shit. I'm not having sex with you. The only question I have is when AL is going to become a Dallas Cowboy fan. Probably never. Yeah. Either you're a Cowboy fan or you're not. That's what I've learned because my father was, ever since I was like um, 7 or 8, and I knew that my father was a Cowboy fan, and it made no sense to me. It made no sense to me about him being a Cowboy fan. So, and I have a whole family full of Cowboy fans, and it doesn't make sense. Well, either you're a Cowboy fan or you're not a Cowboy fan, and that's what I've learned. So I doubt that AL is gonna become a Cowboy fan anytime soon. What he said, all bullshit. That's what he said. In fact, the Cowboys used to be called the Texans, believe it or not, way back when. So the Texans are actually the original name. Yeah. Houston has an NFL team. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Ice skating uphill tax is bringing the Avalanche. How do you think LeBron will retire? I think LeBron is really retired in place, man. I really do. I think he's already retired. He just hasn't quit yet. Because um, I think he won once he won that championship that he had promised he would bring to LA. I think after that he's been semi-retired since then. Because when I watch him, I don't see it. He's just going through the motions. Every now and then he'll get tired of losing and he'll spark up. But for the most part, man, he's made his $1 billion. I think this is his last year. I think this is the last year. Personally, he should retire. He's got nothing else to play for. I got a question. Ever thought of doing a mini book lesson on the Lord of Finance like you did for gold, dollars, and powers? I might because I'm actually reading, going through a book called The Battle for Bretton Woods, and a lot of the same themes are coming up. Um, that was in the Lord of Finance. Um, about the dichotomy between the old British gold system versus the fiat system that needed to be created because the old British gold system caused two world wars and caused two depressions, and they said we have to do something different. So I may do it then after I finish the book. Kobe or Kobe toward Tim Duncan, Irish goodbye. Kobe made an impact. Tim Duncan was good, but um, I think it's going to be a LeBron is like that kind of guy. He's going to make a tour of it. I do believe when LeBron retires, Shannon Sharp going to cry with a lisp. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how. I know he likes LeBron, but um, well, LeBron's going to be making films and all kinds of shit because he's a billionaire. He came here to follow in Kobe's footsteps. Yeah, they have different personalities. LeBron is just so talented. He probably should have been better than he actually was. Even though he was a great player, he is a great player. He should have been better than he actually was. But the thing is, he has the same kind of personality as my son. It's kind of he's probably too easygoing. Reminds me a lot of my son. Well, Shannon's more football. Well, the thing is, football guys, but in sports at that level, okay, they all kind of coalesce because they party with the same people, they mix with the same people, and and they all know each other. So it doesn't matter what the sport is at that level. We get to the pros, it's all entertainment. Yeah, Shaq was the easygoing guy on the court, but Shaq was just so big. And Shaq said the same thing about himself that that Kobe used to get on him that Shaq didn't work as hard as he probably should have. And Shaq probably would agree with the same thing that Shaq wanted to party more than Shaq wanted to play. But Shaq was just so big. I mean, people you don't get the scope of how big Shaq really is until you see him. Shaq blocks out the sun. Oh, okay. Oh, you gonna be in the house? Okay. Yeah, you ought to make yourself known, man, when we're in there. A lot of you guys be listening, man, to Uncle Ron, man, and you guys don't pipe up, so I never know that you guys are even there. All right. It's been about 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Um, Let me go ahead and say we got 50, 80 people watching. I think some people are just here to see if there's going to be a train wreck. And the invite is if you have disagreements only. Okay. Now, Shaq is not a big guy. Shaq is huge. Now, we'll see. Maybe they're in the shadows. We'll see. But I'll paste it and I'll give it about 5, 10 minutes and see who shows. Yeah, Shaq is immense. He's an immense person, man. So and people that have never seen him in person don't realize exactly how big this dude is. Yeah, Lakers six. Oh yeah. There's one picture I have was the Lakers and the New Jersey Nets, man, when they were playing in the championship, and Shaq dunked over like 5 people. Okay, basically, if 5 people around, and you see Shaq dunking over people. In fact, he had to pull the fifth guy in. Had the fifth guy by the jersey, like getting this picture. Okay, and say train wrecks happen. I tune in to learn not to miss any gems. All right, Ayo, you're not this is not a disagreement, sir. So it's not. It's for disagreements. Okay. I've met quite a few 7 footers in my life, man, but most of them are tall and thin. Okay, even the ones that we think are big, they're tall and thin. Shaq is immense. Shaq is not a tall, thin guy. He's tall and wide. What that's not gonna be when you see a picture of him, he looks normal because he doesn't look like he's 7 feet. He looks like he's a regular sized person until you see him and realize he's what a regular sized person would be in like in a 7'1" form. The dude's 350. The only disagreement I have with the master teacher is that the red or black pill is not for married guys. I think it's useful, but it's probably a nuance for a nuanced married population. Um, a lot of your, most of your, believe it or not, most of your real black pill people are married. Okay, the vast majority of your real black pill people are married. Most of your great politicians and great world leaders are married. Okay, they're black pill to the core. But the thing is, they have a between black pill people, especially utilitarians, have a clear idea of what kind of structure they want as far as their family is concerned. I would say 90% of your black pill people, real black pill people are married. Shaq is a Nephilim. He he probably is. At 7'1", 350 pounds plus. Yeah. If you understand what black now the nihilists, well, even nihilists are married because they get women always complain about nihilists. Oh, he's always cheating. He's got women around him. He's exploring his options. Blah 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 blah. A lot of your nihilists are married, believe it or not. But they're real clear about what they do, what they do, and why. All right, now the phone stopped ringing. We can go back. Yeah, is Diesel. Yeah, and he's a huge person. I remember one time they were trying to stretch Shaq's back out. Right, it took 3 people to stretch him out. They all look like little Putians. In fact, the funniest thing I've ever seen was um, Simone Biles standing next to Shaq, and she looked smart. She looked like a little doll standing next to him. All right. Any other questions? Since there's nobody coming up, but they'll probably, they'll look at this and they'll run to their channels and complain. But I had put somebody's name in it. They probably will show up for the train wreck. Yeah, yeah, it looked like as kids they did. You gonna ask me what did I think about Sonia, just Sonia Knight, aka the Pop Holly. She's an evil person. She's an evil person. I take drums and and I'll take drums and blue cheese depends on the what's on the wings. Okay. Um, ranch if the wings have barbecue sauce on it. If not, I'll take it dry. I'm not a blue cheese person. Blue cheese is kind of rare. What makes you a black pill, Cozy Corner? Black pill just didn't happen. What makes you black pill? I know a lot of guys that are even the guys that are just regular guys that have been black pill, man, that are tricks that deal with escorts and prostitutes. They're married, got a family. They just have a secret life. I'm not a, well, I don't have any Hollywood party stories because I'm not in that sector. So probably my grandson will probably have to tell me. I said I don't have, um, you have to be in that milieu. You got to remember the L.A. is huge. It's huge, and so I'm not an L.A. party guy. And Hollywood, you have to be in that entertainment milieu. You just can't get into a Hollywood party just walking in. That doesn't happen unless you're with somebody that's associated. Or it's high noon and the detractors are working on the gynocratic plantation. It's probably so. Some people are born into it. My family made me black pilled as a child. Okay, well I have to take your word for it. That if you got black pilled as a child, that was not an easy life. Some people are. Hopefully you made it out okay. You're not too damaged. Most kids that get black pilled as children um, are have severe psychological damage. So hopefully you're not one of those people. Just had a woman kind of simply tell me, "Oh, black women are meant to do better than black men." Okay, well, if they're meant to, then let them go ahead and pursue their destiny. And okay, so if you meant to do it, how come you haven't done it? Oh, okay, I remember you. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing is that because I've dated women that happened to, man, and They never get, they never get fixed. And I have to tell guys, because I've been through it, and they never get fixed. It stays with them. They can never fix it. 2024, the American car market headed for a crash. It will, because nobody can afford the cars anymore. That's the problem. Um, just like real estate, just like real estate's going to crash because people can't afford the houses or the cars anymore. Basically, the cars cost more than your average salary. So when cars cost more than a year's salary, then people can't afford it anymore. At least when I was coming up, your basic car cost maybe uh, about less than half of your yearly salary. It was doable. Now your cars cost more than most people's salaries, yearly salary. So it's impossible to pay for it. People that don't, it's not worth it anymore. And Reddit revealed they're holding Bitcoin and Ethereum on their balance sheets. Yeah, they probably are, but they probably trade it too. I do not think Neo was black pill in the Matrix. We'll prove it. I always say women who do not. Well, there's a link. If you want to talk about it, you can. Women who don't help you progress are not your women, and people who do not help you are not your people. Well, the thing is, they've been assigned your women. Okay, they've been assigned as your group, and it is, individually. We're not talking individually. We're talking about as a group. Okay, black women and black men have been signed as a class of people in the same group, and you have been for the last 200 years. So trying to separate yourself from them is going to be difficult because uh, everybody sees those women as your women. And what you say individually doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any difference because you're in a collective group. BGS come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubble gum. If you want to talk about Neo not being black pill, it's bullshit. You can say whatever you want, right? Okay. White women are assigned to white men. Okay. Chinese women are assigned to Chinese men. Okay. I don't care what the individual guys say. These are collectively your women. And 90% of guys said these are our women. So you can do what you want individually, but as far as the real world, doesn't make sense. Okay. Doesn't make a difference. They're assigned as your group, as part of your group, they're your women. Like it or not. Depends on what tier city. So I deal in reality. I don't deal, I don't deal in hypotheticals or feels or aspirations. Okay. This is the real world. And this is the way that the real world works. Now you don't have to like it. Okay. You can go do your own thing. But as far as a group, when they put statistics together, they group you together. This is your group, like it or not. You're raised in it. Black put truth in the Matrix was that Zion was doomed. No matter what, the black people don't understand what the black pill is. Okay. In other words, there is a way. And he found a he found a way to save Zion. Okay. But the thing is, his opportunity came. Actually, it was the Oracle that figured out the way to save Zion. The Oracle did that. Okay. Because she took advantage of it. Yeah, today. Yeah. But but I posted a link. If they want to argue about it, they can. But the thing is that, but about the black pill is clear. I've gone through 3 or 4 years to describing what the black pill is, and Neo. Even if you talk to the Wachowski brothers and Sophia Stewart, who actually wrote the story. Okay, Neo is a neophyte. Neo is the one is the same as the Jesus Christ story. Even the symbology at the end when he died, right? He died. It was a cross. Okay, that is black pill. Okay, that is black pill. That's beyond. Red is just reality. Okay, seeing what reality what it is. Black pill is how reality is actually constructed. Okay, and they don't have morals. I showed it to you. Okay, you can debate it, but the thing is, do you have any proof that he's not? All I hear is feelings, but you gotta back it up with something. Have you heard about the African chick that got on stage and embarrassed herself, embarrassed her boyfriend, and it's blowing up on social media? I have not seen it or heard that. You have to put it in Telegram, man, and we'll talk about it. I haven't seen it. Yes, sir. Let me give you. You want your 2 minutes?
Oh, hey. So, my bad. I jumped on here and I didn't even ask you the question.
Do you want your 2 minutes?
2 minutes. That's fine. Well, I don't have a disagreement with you
Okay, so
while
so
I'm here.
yes.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you some questions, I guess, about like kind of Neo in the Matrix, if that's okay. Or is
Uh,
it just disagreement?
I get it's really just disagreements, but we got a few minutes. What do you want to ask?
Oh, okay.
If it's real quick, we don't have an hour, but go ahead.
Okay. You just mentioned was it Neo is kind of like a equivalent to Jesus or something like that?
Did you see? Did you watch the third Matrix?
Yes. Now I don't remember everything about it, but yeah.
Okay. Remember the end when he died.
Yeah, I remember he died. Yeah.
Okay. Remember the halo that was around him when he died. What was in the shape of?
Yeah, it was like an aura
No.
kind
What
of.
was it? It was horrible. Is in the shape of what was the glow around it? What was it in the shape of?
Dang, BGS. Hold on. I'll kind of have to look at that. But it was a halo,
It
which I
was a
used to like.
cross. It was a cross. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Who died on the cross?
right.
The
Yeah,
sins for the sins of the for to reclaim the people.
yeah.
It was
But
Jesus, right?
yeah, it's Jesus. But so it's like, is it like it's not like a equivalent 1-to-1, but it's like
It is an
because
equivalent. It's an equivalent 1-to-1. It is.
okay. So, but the system in the Matrix is kind of like a god in that scenario, wouldn't it be?
It's society. Okay. It's just the Matrix. This is all philosophy. Okay. You're trying to make it real. Matrix is not real. It's a made up scenario to actually give you philosophical insights. Okay.
Mm,
Did 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 Neo not give up his life to save humanity?
yes.
Who else gave up his life to save humanity?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. In other words, in the Matrix, who was the savior of the Matrix?
It was Neo, or I guess
Okay.
I could say Jesus.
In the real world, in the Christian religion, who's the savior of the world?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. 1-to-1.
So okay, so pretty much 1-to-1 in regards to Jesus. Just that.
That's one aspect. They have a whole bunch of different philosophical points in the whole throughout the all three of the movies. Which
Did
one do
they
you want?
put
Which one do you want to focus on? Okay.
what can I get an overview of like did they
Now
just
we
use
didn't got.
Christianity?
Did you have to go back and watch the movies, man? Did you don't
Yeah,
remember the aspects of the movies? So how I'm gonna give you an overview? This is not
that's
cliff
true.
notes. It's not cliff notes for 3 or 4 movies. Okay, that are
Uh,
detailed and steeped in esoteric philosophy. We put a lot of Lewis Carroll and Alice in Wonderland in it. Okay,
okay,
a lot
okay,
of your dialectic in it. Okay, a lot
okay.
of esoteric philosophy about the
Mm,
dialectic. Even the matriarchal versus patriarchal, right? The white patriarchy versus the black matriarchy. That's in there. Okay.
Yeah.
The red the socialization, which is blue pill, versus the real world, which is red pill. Okay. In other words, your blue pill is your socialization, the way society actually constructs you to think, right? Red pill is what society actually is. Okay. That's the philosophy that's in there, right? You have to go back and look at the movies. In other words, I can't give you synopsis. Go look at the movies and then come back.
Right. Did she?
Have you watched all three? Okay, two more
I have.
questions.
I've seen the last one, and I don't know if the last one is that like a cheap kind of like money grab. The last movie with where they were like
The last
older.
movie, the fourth one was Warner Brothers wanted to make money, and the Wachowski brothers said the Matrix trilogy was complete. There's no reason to do another one. Warner Brothers said there's no money out there. We're gonna make it whether you want to or not. Either we do it with you or we do it by ourselves. So basically, the last one's a fuck you to Warner Brothers.
Oh.
That's why they mention Warner Brothers throughout the whole movie.
Do you think? Okay, so the Wachowski brothers.
Last question.
Okay, last question. So, what do you think about the origins of the Wachowski brothers mixed with the lady that said that she actually wrote the book and they stole the idea?
She proved she did. I actually interviewed her 3 times, and she actually has the epic. Okay, and they did steal the idea from her, and she got, I don't know how much money. I think she got about $10 million out of it.
Oh, okay, so she did win. Okay, cool.
That, to my knowledge, somebody knows her. I asked about it. Did she get her money? So, to my knowledge, she got about 10 million. She sued in federal court, and I think she got $10 million out of it, which is nothing compared to what they made. But she got something.
Well, that's all my questions. But thank you, BGS. You do great work. I'm gonna send you a Cash App.
Okay,
I've been needing to do that. Okay.
Somebody says steel cable. Oh yeah, third eye. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where the ideas came from. They actually added to it, so it wasn't a complete thing. But the third eye and the sentinels, which would look like eyes, actually came from the book. And I don't know. What I heard was she got $10 million. That's what I heard. Now, if you know something different, then she should get as much money as she can. But that's what I heard. So if you got any more information about what she got, I would love to know. But I heard it was 10 million. I think she sued for 100, but I think she got 10. Because I think the Matrix must have made like $3 or $4 billion. It's probably still making money. Yeah, that's what she said. I wish I could find her interview, but when did my buddy first interview? I think it was in 97 or 98, something like that. Probably 97, 98. I think it was. No, it's after that. Because Matrix was 99, and it was 2005 when he interviewed her. So I'm gonna ask him, see if he still has the interview. I'll email him and see if he still has the first Sister Stewart interview. Because he interviewed her like maybe 3 or 4 times, something like that. Make sure, yeah, okay. Anybody else? Otherwise, we can bounce out of here. And they'll probably show up, man, later on. BGS. How about y'all come down from the clouds and hit the like? Not there. Yeah, 121 people watching. So, and they're looking. No train wreck. So they saying, "Boo! We want some. We want to see a train wreck." So last questions, and we're gonna go because we're like 39 minutes in. And they always say that, but they always say that, well, BGS don't listen to us. Yeah, they never come by, but they'll talk shit on there. They'll do a 3-hour panel. They'll do a 3-hour panel on me, but they won't stop by. They won't even email you. Ghost in the Shell. Uh, Ghost in the Shell is actually an old idea because they talk about putting souls in machines back in the 20s, 1920s. Putting souls in robots and having robot bodies. So it's an old idea. And said I saw the African kid at the concert watching this girl fan out. It was brutal to watch. He was hurt. If okay, my thing is, if your ego is that fragile about shit like that, man, don't take your chick to that kind of concert, okay? Your ego's that fragile. Because personally, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit because just like you, okay, if if somebody that you had a fixation on called you up on stage, you probably do some wild shit too. So number one, if you don't want your chick to be up on stage fangirling, don't put her out front. Okay, put her up in the mezzanine where she can't get to him. If you're that insecure, because 9 times out of 10, if if your girl is really that enamored with a certain character, a famous person, you'll know about it. And if you can't take it, if you can't take it, then don't put yourself in that position. Because if you that either you that dude or you're not that dude. If you're that dude and your chick does it, because trust and believe, man, the celebrities they don't freak out about shit like this. Okay, they know it's part of the show. Now, if he's bending her over and he's having sex with her on stage, you have an issue. But her going up there grinding on whatever on her celebrity, at the end of the day, she coming home with you. Now, if he wants to take your girl and and he's that dude, he's gonna take her. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Because I tell my all my I told all my girlfriends, right? Okay, if if they fangirl over a dude and they really want that dude and that's their desire, their heart, if that dude will take them, I will pack your shit and I will drive you over and drop you off in front of his house. Okay, if that dude's gonna take you because you want to be with him. And if you really want to be with him that badly and you think you can make a go of it, I'll help you. That way we can have a clean cut, no hard feelings. Okay? And I've told many of my women that because my fiance, okay, beautiful girl. She's an 8, okay? Like I said, built and looked just like Pam Grier. Beautiful woman, right? And she dated millionaires. I know she did. Okay, she talked that shit all the time. Well, you know what? I'm used to the guy having this, guy having this. You know, baby, we're in LA. There's plenty of guys out there exactly the way you describe them, right? Okay, I will pack your shit or drop you off at their house if they'll take you. In other words, you need to figure out why you with me, and you need to either be happy with me and what we have going, or you need to go be happy someplace else. Okay. I am not a garage where you can park your feelings in temporarily. Okay. If that is your desire, go out and find that dude. Because I didn't, like at the Shannon Sharp said it succinctly, right? There ain't no bars at my house to keep you in. Okay. I didn't force you in here. I'm not forcing you to stay. If you want to go, the door is there. I'll miss you, but guess what? I'd rather, what do you say? I'd rather you be happy with somebody else than you spend one day unhappy with me. So all this, I feel bad and she embarrassed me. Motherfucker, you put yourself in that position. Okay? You took her there and you let her go up on stage. Okay? If you don't want to go up on stage, you should have grabbed her. Otherwise, she's part of the show. And if she's part of the show, then you have to deal with it. Is meditation laying down really the same as meditating in lotus pose? Meditation does not matter. Okay. In fact, look up Vipassana walking meditation, right? Which I believe in, right? Shinzen Young used to talk about it all the time, right? Okay. And monks used to practice this, right? Especially marathon monks, right? They run, okay, they run 35 miles and meditate the whole time, okay? In other words, they get into their body, they get into their focus, okay? And they meditate. You don't have to be in a lotus. Your position does that not matter. If it helps you to be in a lotus position and sit upright, helps you meditate, that's fine, okay? Um, if you know how to do it, you can have a walk in a quiet place and meditate. Monks know how to meditate while walking in a city of noise. Meditation is inward. It has nothing to do with anything outward. So if a certain pose, length, or whatever will help you meditate better, okay. The thing is, why they said you don't lay down is because you'll go to sleep. Whereas sitting in a lotus position with your back erect, okay, that's not an easy position to maintain. Okay, when you're sitting upright and trying to keep your spine straight, it keeps you awake and aware. Whereas if you lay down, that was explained to me. If you lay down and meditate, you'll probably wind up falling asleep. That's why they say don't lay down and meditate, because you fall asleep. If you can lay down and keep your awareness about you while you're laying down is fine. She had no respect for him to be fanned out like that. It doesn't matter, okay? Why'd you take her there? Why'd you take her there with somebody that she's freaking out about? You have to have respect for yourself. Why you put a chick in a position that to disrespect you in the first place? She's human just like everybody else. She's not some shrinking. These chicks, these modern chicks, are not some shrinking violets. They get up on stage, they're gonna have a good time. Okay? If you can't take that, don't take her to the concert. Why you put yourself in that position? And you get mad at her. It's like a woman taking a guy to a strip club and expect him not to get a lap dance. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, what's up, pimp guy? You guys supposed to be red pill. You guys kill me, okay, with this blue pill shit. Be just a simp. Why am I a simp? Pimp guy's right here. That's not simping. Pimp guy's right here. He can tell you that's not simping. That's black pill shit, man. I don't give a fuck. But the link's right there. The thing is, if you can't take your woman grinding on somebody else. Her idols do idol. Okay, don't take her to the goddamn concert and putting herself in that position to disrespect you, and then cry about it later. Who's the bigger simp? Him, the dude, her grinding on some dude, or you crying about it? Because people talked about Alicia Keys in Swiss Beats and about what Usher did. Oh, Usher did this. Swiss Beats says, y'all stop tripping. This is show business. It's show business. Stop. Just like if you married to an actress, right, and she does a nude scene. That's show business. Either you can be with her and take it, or you can't. You can't be with a certain kind of chick. Don't be with her because your ego can't handle it. Everybody can't handle the same shit. Is this disagreement, Sir Anthony? This is what we're up here for. Before he wasn't the one crying, so it was the humiliation of folks putting their phones on him, and the issue was it blew up. Well, then you know, and the thing is, it is what it is. You put yourself in that position. Sometimes you got to take an L. Sir Anthony, is this a disagreement?
Yes.
Why? Okay, go ahead.
Salute.
Salute.
Okay, so my disagreement with you, BGS, is this.
Uh-huh.
I disagree with the amount of shine that Big J Triple X is getting from this channel.
Wait, oh,
And
wait.
Hold on, please hear me out.
Oh, okay. No, hold on. Let me give you 2 minutes. Okay. You still want
And
to
I
be heard?
understand that that's
No, no. Let me give you 2 minutes. Okay, go. You got 2.
I understand that's the purpose of this channel, for the back and forth. But Big J Triple X, why does he get so much shine? I mean, that I can't control my content creators, but I scratch my head about that one.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. In other words, that's the reason I don't put Big J Triple X and anybody else on the other channels, right? This is expressly for those kind of people, and that's why I especially tell you, if you don't want to hear it, don't come here. That's why it's separate. Now, if you want to see this kind of train wreck, by all means, come over. It's 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 created for those kind of people and that kind of dialogue.
But Big J Triple X.
Doesn't matter.
Now, just for the record of all disclosure, I've taken a liking to Big J.
Okay.
But that aside, I know that there's other beefs that go on.
Yeah.
That have more weight than the stuff that Big J Triple X brings
up. Who determines that?
I mean, you determine it, of course, but
thank you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, you asked. That's what it's for. I've known Big J Triple X for like 10 years. Okay. And I actually want him to expose what he really trying to get across. And guess what? Actually, in the whole debate, that's what's happening. That's what happened to the Black Brain Trust. They stopped putting my names in shit. Okay.
Well, he wants to destroy the space.
Okay. Yeah. So does half the world. That's what happened to the space.
Well, that's my disagreement, BGS. If I think of anything else,
let me ask you. He's been trying to destroy the space for 15 years. How's that gone?
Has been going so well.
But if he wants to keep running his head up against a brick wall, so let him, right? So if Big J Triple X actually destroyed the space today, what would happen?
It would spawn elsewhere.
It's already out there, right? It's already done its job, so it's too late. So, but if you want to keep it up, go ahead. But he's not effective at it, so. Which is what I'm trying to prove. Okay, man, make it make sense. and he hasn't. So what he's done is actually embarrass himself. But now I'm shining a spotlight on what he does. Now you're getting your 15 minutes of fame. What are you gonna do with it? What has he done with it?
It hasn't worked out.
Hasn't worked out. In fact, he's more embarrassed than he was before. Okay. So basically, okay, now you say that you're better than me. You want to destroy the space. You got the answer. Okay, here I am. What's your argument? What are you trying to say? And so now, you have to, in a little echo chamber with your 5 people that agree with you, you're good. How about the 200 people that don't, that you get exposed to? It's like when the things come pointing back at you, it's not as easy. And that's what the whole
Got it.
space is about. Because the thing is, I created spaces because a lot of people punch at me. It's because you guys don't like me to punch back at these people. So I said, okay, I'll create a whole space where I can actually punch back. That's what it's for,
Yeah.
including him.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
getting
I am one of the guys that doesn't like the punchbacks, but
it's
that's
exactly.
the purpose of this page. I understand that.
Yeah. So the thing is, my question to you, why are you over here?
Well, I mean, I come over here for laughs and giggles.
So in other words, you like train wrecks like everybody else. So
I do.
sit back and get your popcorn and enjoy the show.
I
Okay.
do, yeah.
All right. So in other words, when you come over here, you know what it's for. So
Got it.
Big J is angry as fuck all the time. Big J wants attention, man. He's not angry. Nobody can be that angry. He wants attention, and nobody pays attention to him, and that's his problem. Which half of these guys' problem. They cannot be heard. Okay, so they pick on you thinking that they can be heard. Okay, here's the mic. Here's the chalk. I'm gonna sit down in your seat, teach the class. Now what? And then you get laughed at, all that kind of stuff, which makes it worse. Okay. That's how come he doesn't come over here. Okay. That's how come when he comes here, he doesn't want to answer questions about why he believes what he believes. In fact, one time I actually showed his actually simulcast his I think I'm gonna start doing more of that. So actually simulcast his lives. He got pissed because now people over here are laughing at his lives. He don't like that. I could do that all the time and actually put him on Front Street. I normally don't. I can I can be worse. I can be more petty. Any any last questions?
No, that's it for me, BGS.
All right. But that's why I
Thank
do.
you, sir.
And most people have nothing to say. But they wanna be heard. So I've had quite a few people kind of drop off and leave me alone because of this space. Anyhow, we're almost at the hour. Okay. So any last questions before I bounce? What I'm saying is, what I don't get, maybe it's social media, okay? What I don't get is, if you don't want to be embarrassed in public, why do that shit in public? When people have phones and cameras and actually uh, um, talk about your private life. Keep your private life private, okay? Um, you don't have to. The only way she can get on stage is this: she's up front. You could actually pull her back, say, hey, baby, don't do that." Could have told her not to do it. Why'd you let her go on stage and then get embarrassed? If you made a decision, take your L or take your win. Stop crying about it. I'm getting tired of these people crying. Books on walking meditation. There are no books. Just look it up on YouTube. There's a bunch of monks that teach walking meditation. Why are people getting mad at this shit? I don't understand. Especially guys that date celebrities like Kiki Palmer. She's she's in that business. Why do you get mad? In a similar position, if you got your spot and somebody paid you to have pretend sex on a set, okay, in front of millions of people, you would. And your mate has to understand that. Otherwise, don't be in this business. Oh, you meant Big J on a simulcast. Okay. Yeah. What are your thoughts on transcendental meditation or Kundalini meditation? Um, Transcendental didn't work for me. Okay. It's any meditation is fine if it works for you. Kundalini is more about chakras and sex. Okay. That didn't work for me either. Um, but it's all based on the same thing, man. Get to your center, get into your body, and and incorporate both, all parts of yourself, your mind, your feelings, and your body. It's just for posture, it actually works better for me. When's my next Patreon? Sunday. All right, folks, it's an hour, so we're gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna let Dusty take us out, and we're gonna get on with the rest of the day. So thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you. And I didn't get any haters. That was really strange. Okay, but they'll be making videos. Is it me, or does geometry seem like normalized occultism? Geometry is the basics of mathematics and esoteric because geometry was actually taught by priests. So it is a part of your hidden knowledge. It's a part of the occult. Okay, depending on how far you take geometry, but geometry is your basic shapes, and geometry is based on religion because your universe is based on geometry. So geometry is the basis of all mathematics or higher mathematics. That's why they teach it to you first. Is because geometry is the basis. If you studied in Egypt, then you have to learn geometry. Okay, plane geometry, Euclidean and plane geometry was the basis of mathematics in the ancient world. Okay, uh, what we call calculus. Algebra came uh, from the uh, from the Vedics and from the Islamic people. Algebra. Okay, and then calculus came from the from Northern Europe, which is an extension of all three. But geometry, basic math, which is counting, and geometry was your first mathematics for the ancient world. What's your opinion on why Bitcoin is rising? It's real simple. Okay, what happened October 7th? It's two things: the BRICS and October 7th. Okay. Go back and look at your charts. You can go back to your Bitcoin charts, and when Bitcoin took a spike, go back and look at news events. You can tell exactly why it's starting to rise. Nobody did anything. Platonic solids, yes. Your pyramids are based on what? Geometry. How they look at the stars is based on what? Geometry. Circle, what is it? The dot, the line, the plane, which is your triangle, okay? Your squares, your circles, which is your spheres, okay? It's all geometry, okay? How do you convert those physical items into what? Mathematics. Geometry is your first sign, your first mathematics. Go study Euclidean geometry. Okay, they'll give you the basis of it. Or what is it? Basically, try this book, Sacred Geometry. Okay, go look a book. There's several books on sacred geometry. Go study that. Please do more esoteric content. It's I might. It's different. I love it when you teach about esotericism. I don't get a chance to very much. So, but if you go look up, go look up, Hermes. Go look up your sacred geometry. Okay. Uh, Go look up Schwader Lubick. What is he called? Good grief. Lubick's books on the pyramids. The Temple and Man. Go look up the Temple and Man. Okay, which is Lubick's book on geometry and the symbols of the pyramids. He's a French mathematician. Anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here. Yeah, Hermes, sacred geometry. Lubick is probably more accessible. Even if you look in the evolution of religion, origin and evolution of religion, it's also in there. The shapes, the symbols are all are mathematics. In fact, the hieroglyphs that Egyptians use are based on mathematics. Got your first? Oh, okay, cool. Well, you got finance. Cool. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. All right, Dusty, take us out.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are.